So since I decided to use a miter box for this project, it'll also make things go a lot easier and faster if I decide to use a jig. A jig is nothing fancy. A jig is just a piece of wood and a clamp. And basically what this does is it makes it so that we can cut the same spot every time on every piece. So what we're going to do is we're just going to line this up and clamp it. Make sure the clamp is out of the way. And if I clamp this in the right place, which I think I did, we can just line the piece up against it. And every piece we could do the same way this way. So once I'm done cutting this piece, toss it to the side, put the next piece in, cut it the same way. And this will make every piece the same, and it'll make lining up the pieces a lot faster as well. So now I'm ready to cut my first piece. Normally I would not do cutting and stuff here, but for the sake of demonstration I'll show you me cutting one corner and I'll show you me cutting one edge, and then I'll take this whole thing downstairs to the basement where it will make less of a mess. Okay, so just to give you a bit of a closer look at what exactly I'm doing, I'll cut the edge in the corner at this angle where you can see it. So basically for the barrel, of course, we want to cut the piece at 45 degrees up and down like this. For this particular miter, we could just stick the piece in like that, and you can see that the blade will come down exactly where we want it to on the piece. And away we go. So it's pretty easy to cut. Once you get through the actual top where there is a lot of plastic, it starts to go a lot faster. And as you can see, the piece comes out very, very nicely. These other pieces, the piece that you're not going to use for the barrel, don't throw these away. What you're actually going to want to do for these is toss it aside, put it in like a sandwich bag or something, and you'll probably end up using this for a different mod at a later date. So don't throw these away, these are very valuable. So for the barrel we want to cut 4 edges like this and 8 corners like this. The corner is cut the same way. I prefer to cut through the corner cap because it's a lot better than cutting through one of the strong solid sides, in that your piece will be a lot stronger afterwards if you preserve those sides. So let's cut this corner now. Exactly the same way. And you can see that the corner too turned out very nicely. Okay, so that didn't take long at all, and all our pieces are cut. All of them are pretty much perfect. Let's put them inside here and see how they look. So now you can see the basic shape of the puzzle. And you'll also see that they are all very flush all the way around, and that's what we're really worried about, because if they're not, then the puzzle's going to seem really shoddy when it's done. So if they're not all flush, like I had the advantage of being able to use that miter, but if you're using a dremel or something, you're going to want to make sure that they're all flush. Take some sandpaper and a sanding block and sand all 3 pieces at once, rotate them a bit to some different sides, sand them all once again. They all have to be perfectly flush, and what flush means is just if you run your finger across the seam between 2 pieces, you shouldn't really feel it too much. They should be the same level. So all these pieces are pretty good. Now we just got to cap these pieces.